Chapter 6. The Deeper We Go. Michael returned to the precinct with Claire's manuscript tucked securely under one arm. Rain dripped from his coat onto the linoleum floor. He headed straight for his desk, ignoring Elliot's curious stare. Instead, he dove into the pages of the manuscript again, scanning cryptic passages about hidden societies and unspeakable rites. Around him, the office buzzed with routine chatter, ringing phones, clacking keyboards, a snatch of conversation about a different case. But Michael was in another zone entirely. Symbols on certain pages glowed in his mind, echoing the scene photos of the murders. The repeated references to bloodlines and chosen sacrifices made his stomach turn. Occasionally, the hairs on his neck prickled as though someone was breathing down his collar. He couldn't tell if it was the curse of hearing the dead or simply mounting paranoia. Every so often, he heard a faint whisper, half-formed words from victims who no longer had tongues to speak. Elliot eventually approached, arms folded. "Care to fill me in on what you're obsessing over?" Without looking up, Michael muttered, "Found some research that might tie into the killings. Ritual stuff." "Ritual stuff." Elliot's tone dripped skepticism. "So we're going there now? Dark magic? Sacrifices under a blood moon?" Michael finally met Elliot's gaze. "Look, I get it sounds crazy, but these murders aren't random. The symbols, the staging, there's a reason behind them. And if we find that reason, we might find our killer." Elliot sighed, tapping a finger on the desk. "Fine. Show me what you got." They spent the next hour cross-referencing details from the manuscript with crime scene reports. As they dug deeper, Elliot's skepticism eroded into uneasy silence. The matching patterns were unmistakable. Certain repeated glyphs, the method of blood spatter, the victim's posture. It was all pointing to some group playing with death like a cat toys with a mouse. "Damn," Elliot murmured finally. "This is bigger than I thought." Michael didn't respond. His mind flitted back to Claire's haunted eyes. She'd seemed so determined, yet so hurt. He remembered how she'd mentioned her mother's obsession with immortality myths. Did Marianne Emerson die naturally, or was something else at play? The question twisted in his gut. As the evening stretched on, Michael could barely tear his eyes from the manuscript. A note in the margins read, "Blood must be spilled to open the doorway. The bloodline cannot be broken or the ritual fails." He exhaled shakily. If someone was targeting a specific bloodline, could that mean Claire was in danger? He snapped the book shut. "I need to check on something." Elliot raised an eyebrow. "You really think there's a living link to these murders?" Michael grabbed his coat. "I can't risk ignoring it. I'll call you." "Shaw," Elliot called after him, voice gruff but tinged with concern. "Be careful. This is not just any case." Michael nodded, hurrying out. His skin prickled with the sense that every second ticking by was bringing them all closer to a final dreadful act.